Hello and welcome to my studio. I am Jane Lindsay and I'm the founder of Snapdragon Life and the Studio Club. And today I'm going to show you how to make a very basic kind of willow and dogwood wreath. Really the thing that you would build your wreath onto, or you could have it as a beautiful sort of like minimalist wreath on your door. It's also the kind of thing that you would make flower crowns on in the summer. So it's a really useful thing to know how to do. So first of all, you start off with bits of willow about this length. So that must be just over 1 metre. You can see how wiggly they are. You start at the thick end and you just gradually bend it and get it used to going into a circle. And bend it round like that. And then you use that whippy bit, the really bendy bit, just put it in and out, like that. You end up with something that's vaguely circular, but not a proper circle yet. Then you take your next bit and you put it just there, so about 1/3 of the way around. And again, it's going to become a hoop. So you take it into your hoop. This is the bit that you've got to be really careful in case you accidentally snap your willow. See? Or just bending the willow round and round. And now I've got a dog who wants to go out the door, so I'm going to go and do that, and then I'll come back and show this. Right. So here we have 2 bits. Take another bit. Again, you start with the thick end. Get it so that it is going to twist. You push it against the willow there, so it's got something to kind of push up against. And then, very carefully, you thread it through. So you hold the loose end with your hand, and then with your other hand, you're just twisting it round. Now, I would say that this is much easier to do flat on a table than it is holding it up for the camera. But even so, you can see how it goes. Right. Now, I've also got some dogwood here. So this is my dogwood. And although you can do it with these bits, what we're wanting to make today is a really kind of smooth, simple wreath. So I'm going to chop off all of the side shoots like this, because it's already a bit of a funny shape. And then I'm actually going to chop that one. Again, put it into the wreath where it's going to be solid. Hold on to it with your hand and then carefully just twist it round and round. And you can, when you've got a loose end like this, you can just tuck it. You see that it's beginning to become a really nice shape. So some of my twigs are very kind of, they've got lots of little branches off them. And that kind of gives a different effect. But if you can use them all as one, a bit like a rope, and you see that it actually gives you a really nice effect. You just bring it round and then put the end ones, tuck them in as you go round. You can always at the end cut off anything that sort of extends past where you're wanting. Bring it round and round and round, and then just find somewhere to tuck in the end. So here we have a ring, and you might say, well, it's not perfectly circular, and that's true. This one is not perfectly circular. My willow was all a little bit dried out, but you can squash it And certainly by the time you have lots of things on it, you're not going to notice that it's not circular. The last thing that I need to do, because I don't want all of these bits, is to cut them off. If they won't tuck in somewhere, I need to cut them off. And go around, a bit like pruning. This one I think I probably could get tucked in at the top. Bend them over, them off, and then I will go around and I will make these end bits. Now these are the bits that are actually taking a lot of the strain when I wind it round on the thing. So you can be really, really careful when chopping these off that you don't have the whole thing unravel. So don't cut them too short. Make sure that there's still enough of the thicky ends to hold the whole thing together, but that maybe you don't see them from the front. Because they all start off at the back, so they should be at the back. And take your time with this. You don't want to have created this wonderful ring and then find that you accidentally pull it all apart when you're chopping the ends. And remember that you can chop just a tiny bit, and if that's not enough, you can go back and chop another bit. But if you chop too much, you can't put it back. So there we have a very simple circular ring, which is just made from prunings from the garden. So it's just dogwood and willow in this case. Anything that is really bendy you can use. So hazel ends are often very bendy enough. They've just got to be able to kind of like go in and out and in and out and twist. So there we have one ring, and hopefully you'll be able to make your own.